Although the title of this lesson speaks to modifying toolbars and keyboards, you don't really have many toolbars to edit anymore. Thanks to the context-sensitive ribbon up here, there's really only the quick access toolbar over here on the left to customize. We'll look at a couple of ways to do this, then we'll customize some keyboard commands too. Now by default, in my humble opinion, the quick access toolbar here is lacking and needs customizing right off the bat. I remember my first time with Word 2007. I just couldn't believe how I had to click a button called the Office button, then move down to Print, and then either click on it to bring up the print dialog or choose from 3 print options on a submenu. I thought to myself, what happened to the old Quick Print button where one click would do the job? Well, it's still there, tucked away, and the first thing I learned was how to bring it out and onto the quick access toolbar where it could be easily accessed. We did that a few lessons ago. Well, let's start with a similar scenario. Let's say we like to open documents. That's something that happens quite regularly. Well, there's no open button here on the ribbon. There's nothing on the quick access toolbar. We have to go to the Office button to do it. Unless we click the drop down here next to the quick access toolbar, and as soon as we do, you'll notice that some of these items have check marks. Save, Quick Print that we added earlier, Undo and Redo are already there, but there's Open. It doesn't have a check mark. As soon as I click Open, look at that, it shows up here on my quick access toolbar. So when I need to open a document, that's where I'm going from now on. One click. Well, that was pretty easy, but there's another way to add buttons to the quick access toolbar. Let's just say that we like to use the zoom button a lot. Well, from this drop down, you can see there is no zoom option. So I'll just click that to close it. It doesn't show up here on my Office button, but it is on the ribbon. So I'm going to click in my document. I'm going to click on the View tab, and there's my zoom button. To get it on the quick access toolbar, I just right-click. Right-click, and then I select Add to Quick Access Toolbar. There it goes. That was pretty easy too. Again, very easy. Yet another button I wished was there was the Close button. Now, it doesn't show on the ribbon or on the drop-down list on the Quick Access Toolbar. You have to go to the Office button for that one, but you can add to the Quick Access Toolbar by showing more commands. I'll show you what I mean. If we go to this drop-down on the Quick Access Toolbar, you'll see down near the bottom, More Commands. And when we click that, by default, Customize is selected over here in our Word Options dialog. Popular Commands is selected. And if we look at Popular Commands, I can't believe it, but Close is not here. So closing a document is not here. But if we change Popular Commands to All Commands, we'll see all of the commands in Word listed in alphabetical order. So I'm just going to scroll down now to the C's, and that's where I'm going to find Close. So there it is. I've got Close, Close All. I've got close buttons for headers and outlines and print preview and all kinds of stuff too. But this is the one I want for closing my documents. I click it, and then I click Add. It's now going to be added to my Quick Access Toolbar when I click OK. But before I do that, I might want to reorder things. For example, maybe Open, Close, and Save should all be together since they're related to files. So with Close selected, I'm going to hit the up arrow here just to move it up next to Save. Open, I'm going to move it up as well. I think in between Save and Close. The others are fine where they are, except for maybe Quick Print. I'm going to move it up right before Undo. And maybe now I've decided I don't use this all that much. It doesn't belong on the Quick Access Toolbar. I can select it, and then I can choose Remove from down below just to take it off. So when I click OK, I'm going to save my changes, and I'm going to see my updated Quick Access Toolbar. Now, one more tip or trick, if you will. To remove a button while you're not in the Word Options dialog box, all you have to do is right-click the button that you want to remove on the Quick Access Toolbar and select Remove. So for example, maybe we don't use the Close button. We would right-click it, and there's Remove from Quick Access Toolbar. Now I do like the Close button, so I'm not going to click Remove. I'm just going to come down here and click inside my document to leave it there. If you don't like the Quick Access Toolbar showing up where it is above the ribbon, you can actually move it down below the ribbon. And again, you can do that from a different location. So for example, if I right click on any button on the Quick Access Toolbar, you'll see that I can actually move this to another spot, and I think it should go below the ribbon. So show Quick Access Toolbar below the ribbon, moves it down below. Now another way to move it is to go to the drop down And now you can see instead of it saying show below the ribbon, it says show above the ribbon. And that'll move it back up where I actually prefer it. Alright, I think that's enough of the quick access toolbar. Let's talk keyboard shortcuts now. All the ones you're used to are still there, plus a bunch of new ones. These, like the quick access toolbar, can also be customized. So we do that by going to the Office button and down to Word Options. Now we're going to click on Customize over here. And for us to customize our keyboard shortcuts, we have to go way down to the bottom. Here's where we see keyboard shortcuts, and there is a Customize button right there. So we'll give it a click to launch the Customize Keyboard dialog box. And you can see that our commands over here are categorized. Office menu is selected right now, so those are the commands we're seeing from the Office menu. If I go to the Insert tab, these are insert commands. If I go to Page Layout, you can see that Align Bottom right here. Or if I click on a different one, like Align Center, there are no shortcut keys actually being used for these. If I go to Align Top, again, nothing there. If I go to my Insert tab and click on some of these, not many of them actually have a shortcut assigned to them. We would see those in the current key section down here. Under View, look at that. Dock Split does have a shortcut key. It's Alt, Control, and the letter S as in split. Well, I'm going to add one now. Page Layout tab. Let's go here and let's scroll down to our margins where we set up our page layout margins. So here's our Page Setup Margins command. If I click on it, there are no shortcut keys for this, but I can add a new one. So I'm going to click in here under where it says Press New Shortcut Key, and I'm going to try Control and the letter M. Hold down Control on the keyboard, press the letter M simultaneously, and down here you can see that it's currently assigned to indent. So I don't want to overwrite something that's already in there. I'm going to hit my backspace key once to take that out. I'm going to try Alt M. Holding down the Alt key and pressing M as in margin, you can see it's currently assigned to Align Bottom. So that one's taken too. How about holding down Control and Shift and then the letter M? Well, that doesn't work. I can't get that to work. How about Alt, Shift, and M? That one does work, and it's currently assigned as well. So it's very difficult to find one, but you may find one that you never use, like Mail Merge to Printer. I don't actually use that. So I'm going to reassign this to my Page Setup Margins. Okay, all I have to do is click the Assign button now. There we go. Alt-Shift-M is assigned to Page Setup Margins. So I can close this now, and I can test that out momentarily. I'll click OK. If you're not looking at a blank document, go ahead and open up a new one by clicking the Office button and then New. We want to open up a blank document. I already have one. And I'm going to try this now. I'm going to hold down my Alt, Shift, and press the letter M and see what happens. Look at that. The Page Setup dialog does appear, and I'm looking at my Margins tab, and my first margin is already highlighted for me. Okay. I'm going to cancel that. I'm not ready to change my margins now, but it's nice to know that I have that shortcut. So if you can think of some often used commands that don't have a keyboard shortcut assigned to them, or maybe it's a command that you rarely use assigned, assign it yourself.